Welcome to a very, very special stream, ladies and gentlemen. A very, very special stream. As you can see, I am repping the Cobra Kai merch from head to toe. So head, shoulders, knees and toes, all that jazz. Do I have a lot to say regarding this season? Now, spoiler warning. You have been warned. I will be talking spoilers throughout this entire stream. The entire stream, not just the final 10 minutes. Not just the final 5 minutes. No. I'm covering spoilers for the whole shebang. And I want to welcome everyone to this stream because I have a lot to say. And I do want to touch upon some gripes that I do have, of course, because I can see it floating around. I see people in the comment section going crazy, going, ah, da, 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 da. But other than that, I really enjoyed this season. Let me give a massive shout out to those in the chat. Clyde Walker, what's up, dude? King Paras, but felt unearned. I disagree with that. Lisa, Frankie, She Love, Alex, Cobra Kai World, King Paras, Stardust. So on that, let's touch upon the obvious thing. Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk being friends, being unearned. I actually disagree. I think we're at a point in the show now where I'm sick of all the bullshit for the last 4 seasons. I'm tired of it. It's time to freshen it up. It's time to switch it up. And most of these kids, a lot of the problem that they have with each other is the fact that it's all based on misunderstandings and perception, poor timing, and all that kind of stuff. But to me, it felt like it was earned because we're 4 seasons in now, and I think for me, as Tristan literally just put in the comment section here, is one of my favorite moments of the entire show. I love the fact that the main trio are friends. I love that. Now, they're not buddy-buddy. They still have a ways to go. But for me personally, I feel like it was perfectly earned. And I think the moment that really stands out for me the most is when Johnny is talking to Daniel, Robbie, and Miguel. Hawk, Robbie, and Miguel, and both Robbie and Miguel consciously choose together. It should be Hawk. Hawk beat me fair and square. Miguel says, I buggered off. Hawk is the clear victor. I love that. Now, I will say this, though. The one thing that I wasn't a huge fan of is... how do I put this? Hawk's little arc. Now, it was inevitable with the amount of characters that we have at disposal, in our dispose roster, whatever, that some characters would get sidelined or some characters would get the brunt of, whatever. Hawk kind of, for me this season, felt a bit lackluster. He kind of just felt like he didn't do much until the finale. And in the finale, make no mistake, Hawk was on steroids. Like, he was kicking ass. But up until that point, it felt like Hawk was retreading old ground. And I feel like that was a plot device just to propel Kenny up. And I don't really like that because Kenny could have stood on his own 2 feet. You didn't need to negate Hawk's arc like that. Now, Hawk's arc is still strong and it's not undone. But I felt like Hawk did kind of get the short straw this season. He got the fish stick. He got the kind of, underwhelming kind of arc. But other than that, I think everything this season is exactly what I wanted. I think you are looking at the season that whenever you watch, and I apologize if my voice sounds croaky, everyone. Did a lot of work today and my voice is just fucked. Like it's like I've been eating sawdust. But essentially, I feel like every character got their shining moment. Every character got a chance to shine. And I think, and I was talking about this with my brothers, I think we need to start trimming some of the kids out of this show. I think there's way too many now. I think Mitch, can we just address the fact that Mitch is fat ass, right? And I was right. He was like, yeah, I'm Cobra Kai. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like, what the who does this guy think he is? Like, what is this crap? Like, Mitch, please give it a rest. Stop it. Like, he saw Robbie defect to the dark side. He saw Tori switching sides. Miguel and Hawk have switched sides. So he's like, you know what? I've got to do the same. Yeah, good job, Mitch. I'll tell you what, one character who can be switched out for good is Mitch. You can get rid of Mitch. I personally don't. I don't care. That was a cheap plot twist, and it is literally there for nothing more than just memes. And it was just like, what am I watching? I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. Mitch, you suck. Get out of here. So the first kid you can trim off, Mitch. You can get rid of Mitch. Chris, I like Khalil, but Chris is just kind of there. You know, he's not really doing much. You can trim him off. Nate and Bert, you can trim them off as well. And the reason I say this, okay, is because you have the 6 kids at your disposal now. You have Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk, Tori, Sam, and Dimitri. And in my opinion, that's it. You don't need anyone else. Now, you keep Kenny and you keep Devon because they are the proteges. You keep Sean because he's Kenny's brother. You maybe keep Kyler just for Joe. Just for Joe. Every other kid you can trim off. We don't need all these random background characters. We don't need them. Chris and Mitch, we don't need them. Nate and Bert, we don't need them. Some characters I think we can just trim off. We don't need them anymore. Like, they're just filling up too much time. And if the show goes where I think it's going to go, and myself and many others think it's going to go, and as many of the Kings have talked about, this show is about to go global. I think Nate, Bert, Chris, and Mitch, they don't really bring anything to the table of note. So they're just wasting space. They can go and do other things. And good question, Dash Nation. What about Anthony? I think Anthony is being set up for a huge role. Because think about it. His arcs and Kenny's arcs run parallel with each other this season. The episode where Kenny steps up, right, takes control of the situation, puts Kyler on his ass, takes control of the whole ordeal. What does Anthony do at Miyagi-Do in the same episode? At the exact same time. Takes control of Miyagi-Do. Now, he won't be a Sam-type fighter. I think Anthony is going to be a very classic Miyagi-Do fighter, and I think he'll be more true to his father. I think Sam is going to be an evolutionary character. I think Anthony is going to be a bit more of intrinsically linked to the Miyagi-Do legacy and philosophy. And I think that is what's being set up for Anthony going forward. So Anthony, Kevin, God's sake, that's going to be a shipping name in the future. Kenny, Devon, Sean, and Kyler. You can keep those guys and add them onto the main 6, and that's it. Every other kid character you can trim off. We don't need them. Like, Piper's gone. Where the hell did she go? Who cares? No one cares. Who cares? Like, no one. Then you've got Chris and Mitch. No one cares anymore. Nate and Bert. Most of those characters haven't been relevant since it was Miyagi-Do versus Cobra Kai specifically. But now we're in a situation where there's just so many kid characters. If you're going international, I don't want the focus on like 20 kids. I want to focus, I want the focus on literally the main kids. That's what I want. And I think going international, you allow the storytelling to go kind of back to that season 1 route where it focuses on a specific group of kids that are the core of this show. Like, put it this way, the 6 main kids, that's Robbie, Miguel, Hawk, Dimitri, Tori, and Sam, that's your kid Avengers. That's the Power Rangers right there. That's your main squad. Everyone else you can trim off. That 6 I want to focus on from this point on, because this show is about to change forever. And the reason I say that, like linking back to what I was saying at the start, is whenever you look at the Dark Knight trilogy, what's the movie that stands out? The Dark Knight. When you look at X-Men, Logan. When you look at Transformers, probably the first one. When you look at Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Marvel, Infinity War, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Like, it's there's a reason these movies stick out, is because they are the definitive piece of the story. And I think season 5 is the definitive season. It's the best season you're going to get of this show. And that, I understand it's all subjective, but in my personal opinion, this is the best. This was a level of maturity. Now, I will spend the first portion of the stream talking about a few gripes and complaints that I've seen and just giving my opinion on them. And I like to be fair. I like to hear all points of view. So the first one was that Hawk losing to Kenny. I agree with it in principle. It is a bit of a... contrivance. You know, Hawk should have absolutely waxed him regardless of whatever's in his hair. You know, that's a gripe. I'm not moving on that. I agree with that. Next, Mike Barnes. Now, I like Mike, and I love the way that they brought him in. If they don't do anything with Mike Barnes next season, then they could have done it better. Because the way Mike took out those two senseis in the final fight, he bulldozes one with like an elbow right to his face. And then he like swings the other one on the floor in 2 seconds. Like they took Mike literally out, you know, they took Mike out of the equation just to add to the tension, if you see what I mean. Obviously, Johnny deserved that moment, but you can see what I'm trying to say. And then Daniel knew that he knew Mike the whole time, you know, like, and didn't say anything. I was just like, that's a bit of a shoehorn, you know. And Chosen, by and large, is, in my opinion, the strongest fighter of all the kids. But Mike Barnes is the bad boy. He could put in a shift. He can absolutely put in a shift. We have a donation. Cody Snyder, thank you for the $10, brother. The scene between Daniel, Chosen, and Mike. Oh, dude. Dying laughing. Yes, I'm driving. Like oh god, that was absolutely powerful. Cody, thank you so much for sending that $10 in. I appreciate you. I'm going to play a nice little juicy clip just to celebrate. Let's play. This is my reaction when I saw you know, the four of them together.
Jesus Christ.
This is my reaction. Don't ask what happened there. Don't ask. Best to not ask. But thank you, Cody Snyder, for the $10. I really appreciate that, brother. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. Really, really did enjoy it. And, you know, I think it's actually quite refreshing. Like, I would have liked to have seen Mike as the villain because Sean Kanan has the acting chops to do it. But I liked what it was because it was refreshing. Like, it wasn't just, you know, the stereotypical, oh, here we go, another villain from Daniel's past, back to get revenge on LaRusso. It's just like, you know, we've been there, done it, got the t-shirt. Like, come on, do something fresh. Dude, when he shouted to Silver, get up, like, he was going to throw down. Like, I mean, he would have probably got laid out, but, you know, he would have put in a shift. Now, I am, again, hoping that they're saving Mike for the following season. I really am hoping that. And Stuart, good point. I hope you're doing well, brother. That brings me to my next point. What they did with Jessica, I absolutely love. The fact that Daniel made a friend in Karate Kid 3, and that friend led him to his future wife, and then Jessica is the one to instill the nuance and context to Amanda to say, hey, this guy is dangerous, and then more. He's not, you know, Kreese. Kreese is dangerous, but Silver is a whole other level, whole different ballpark. And the things that he did to Daniel, you know, there is a reason why Daniel is acting the way he is. And it was Jessica to say, hey, yo, hold the phone. This right here ain't rolling. It ain't rolling. I love that. I thought that was a great full circle. And it's proof that anytime a character returns, there's at least a serviceable quality there. It's not just like, hey, Jessica's back. She's making vases again. It's just like, you know, it was done in service of the story. And it fit well. And Karate Kid, like every time there's a Karate Kid movie character brought back, characters from that movie will inevitably appear. The only character we really don't need to see is Freddy Fernandez. Like, fuck that dude. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he could fuck off. Like, I excuse my curse. Sorry for cursing, but I couldn't give a frog's fat ass if he comes back or not. That dude was the equivalent of what you don't look for in a friend. Like that right there. Oh yeah, you kicked the door open. Yeah, we're friends. You get beaten up on the beach. Yeah, I'm not cool with you anymore. You suck. And then he shows up to support Daniel in the tournament. Get the fuck off. Stupid. Tell you what, anytime you see a Freddy Fernandez, I'll tell you, I'll show you what you do. You do this. Where is it? You do this. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. And anytime anyone says otherwise,
shut up.
Just like that. Right. Oh, got people joining. And it's just some nut job. Let me take a swig of water. I do apologize for my voice, guys. It's really sore. But I wanted to get on here, talk about this season. But other than that, I don't really have any more gripes with this season. I've seen people say that it's the weakest, and I disagree. I think season 4 is the weakest by a country mile. Like, do I even need to mention the whole prom episode? Do I even need to mention episodes 7 and 8, where it's just like, 6 even, where shit just goes, on a sidetrack for no reason. Like, there wasn't any urgency to build up to the All Valley. It was just like, yeah, Cobra Kai Club. At least Cobra Kai this season, while the fighters they had in their dojo, it wasn't you think season 3 is the weakest? Oh, that's crazy. I think season 3 is like the second best. But fair, to each his own. But season 5 it's my season. This is exactly what I wanted, and it's a level of maturity. I will compare this though to Harry Potter, in the essence that Harry Potter, as it grew, it got maturer, it got darker, and help. There's a Tyrone Woodley gets his finger chopped off, like Silver and Chosen are cutting each other up. And the thing is, I know people have said, "Oh, but it's jumping the shark." Well, no, it's not jumping the shark, because in Karate Kid 2, there was literally fights with weapons, and it potentially could have ended in death. So there is that to it. But I do want to put this out there: the creators have teased death all season, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, someone's gonna die." Can we stop listening to the creators, please? They're clearly trolling everyone all the time, and then people go and make a bunch of clickbait videos saying so-and-so's going to die, and no one freaking died. No one. Like, a character in a flashback does not count as a death. Like, I'm serious. I'm sorry. Like, a character in a flashback does not count as a full-on death. I'm talking legacy characters, present-day characters, and movie characters. It ain't that kind of show. However, where we're at, Silver and Kreese could potentially be on that chopping block, depending on where things go from here. Now, I know that people are not. It's a 50-50 split. There's people that really love it, and there's people that really don't. I really love it. As I said earlier, this is the definitive season. This is going to be the best season of Cobra Kai you're ever going to get. Yes, season 6 can go global. Yes, season 7 could be even more amazing. Yes, season 8, I mean, you'd be pushing the fucking boat out if you go to season 8, I'm just saying. But yes, you could get another couple of seasons of great show, and they'll be amazing. But I think season 5 for me will always hold a special place in my heart, because it pays off 4 seasons worth of material that I've been waiting to see paid off. Now, in my opinion, a lot of the stuff that people are saying was rushed this season. I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all. I think it was about time. I'm sick of this back and forth bullshit. I'm sick of characters switching between dojos. I'm sick of characters rivaling over petty love drama. I'm sick of people arguing and fighting over dumb shit. Like, it's like, I've had enough. Maybe it's the older brother in me. I just want the kids home. I'm sick and tired of this. Oh, you join that dojo, you're my enemy now. And I will take this moment to say, One United Dojo, I was fucking right. I was right. Everyone that said, oh, One United Dojo wouldn't make sense. Well, here you are. What just happened? When you understand storytelling and you know narrative and theme, it was always going to go this way. And you don't even have to understand storytelling. When you watch enough movies and shows, you know generally speaking, you know roughly where it's going to go. Like, I'm not unearthing some mystical object, seventh wonder of the world. Like, I've literally been calling this since season 3 because the signs were all on the wall. Not like Mephisto and wallpaper. I'm talking like proper on the wall. And I've had a plethora of comments for the last 2 years telling me I suck, I'm an arsehole, I'm wrong, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, how do you like them apples? Suck it. Seriously, suck it. And also Miguel and Robbie. What did I say? One conversation. Because if you look at Robbie and Miguel's characters, their motives for getting into the karate scene were different than all the other kids. You could say, oh, Robbie got into Cobra Kai to get back at his dad. No, he didn't. No, he did. I mean, to Cobra Kai, yeah. But to karate initially, Robbie didn't get into karate to get back at his dad. He worked with LaRusso to get back at his dad, and then he found karate and then went from there. And that was what made him feel guilty about the whole ordeal. Miguel got into karate to defend himself, beat Kyler's bitch ass, right? And I'll tell you what, that dude was tripping this season. Like, Jesus Christ, shut up. Like, the only time I was rooting for Kenny was when I was hoping Kenny was going to smack his teeth out. Joe plays him so well, but good Lord. How'd that get in there? We have 100 people in the live stream at the moment. 100 people!
It's just good business.
It's just good business. You know, I'm something of a... I almost did it there. Sensei myself. Now, Miguel and Robbie's characters, as I said, are intrinsically linked. They're the same character. They're just on different ends of the spectrum. And seeing them two work together this season in tandem, I was crying, man. I was like, finally, at fucking last. About time. All this Team Robbie, Team Miguel BS. You know, I had so many comments saying, am I unhappy that Robbie lost? No, I'm not. Because the execution was perfect. Symbolically, it made sense for Miguel to beat him technically in that moment. And we got Miguel and Robbie learning the most important thing. It's not about the karate. Come home. Come home. You know? And I was worried they were going to do some Batman versus Superman bullshit when Johnny had the reveal of the baby. Like, I thought, like, you know, Miguel and Robbie were going to be fighting, and then Johnny was going to come in and say, hey, you've got a little baby sister on the way. Why did you say that, Jenna? Like, you know, I don't do that BVS crap here. But I love that they consciously decided, both of them together, they both decided, hey, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And Miguel, being the heart of the show that he is, right, stopped it. He stopped it himself. He consciously chose to not do the same thing. To not do it. And if you look in that moment, Kenny's by far the worst character. Jesus Christ, calm down. Good Lord. Every season there's a worst and best character. It's storytelling. It's because you got Hawk as your display picture, that's why. And I'm not defending Hawk losing. I'm just saying that's probably the real root of a lot of your problem. And I get it. I get it. It sucks when you see your favorite character lose, especially in this sense when he's just been champion and Kenny bodies him. And I'm not defending that. I hated that, but good Lord, come on. We're talking about Miguel and Robbie. Why are you bringing up bloody Kenny and read the room? But Miguel and Robbie have been intrinsically linked since the start of this show. It's not about Team Miguel. It's not about Team Robbie. That's some bullshit. Okay, no. It's always been these are the same kid. Both of them. Just on opposite ends of the spectrum. They just needed to work shit out. So to me, it wasn't rushed. To me, it wasn't unearned. I really enjoyed it. And emotionally, it was set up since season 1. And I was so happy to see it be paid off. Like, it's been 4 seasons in the making. The amount of comments I see that want this show to carry on for like another 3-4 seasons. If you want this show to carry on for 3-4 seasons, you have to change the fundamental base of this show. You have to change the core of this show at its core. Not switching a character back and forth. Like putting Mitch in Cobra Kai. That's what the old Cobra Kai, that's what the old show would have done. You've changed the game now. It's different. Characters switching between dojos. It's a tired plot twist. Done it more than enough. We don't need to see it anymore. It's done. That's it. It's finished. And as far as the Valley is concerned, finished. The Valley's, in my opinion, the Valley's done. Balance has been brought back to the Valley. It's now going global. We've got to fight on a global scale. That's basically what it is. And Johnny, Chosen, Daniel, and whoever, maybe Mike if he helps because he's international bad boy, will say, hey, we need to pick the best kids and take them. Just the best. The best. Not cannon fodder like Mitch, Chris, Nate, or Bert. Get them out of here. Or Kyler even. You need the 6 main ones. The 6. Them. And then you're set. And I'll say this. I was so happy with one scene that shit brought me to tears, right? Because it encapsulates everything that the mythology, right, of Cobra Kai and Karate Kid is about, okay? Well, and if that's the case, then why doesn't that happen to Hawk? Why doesn't Hawk get the same treatment? If anything, Kenny was actually fairer than Hawk. The amount of bullshit that Hawk did for damn near 3 seasons, Kenny only did it for a season. And I'll say this, it was just a little bit more warranted. But what they did to Anthony, I'm not condoning that. That was a level way too far. Yeah, season 5 is the best. It is the best. It's just my opinion. But I will say this. It's not about being right. It's about having fun. And I think people keep forgetting that. But my thing is with this show, right? And as I've said a million times before, I've wanted these kids at Miyagi-Do since day one, because every single kid in there can learn. But Kenny's only just started. Kenny has only just started his Cobra Kai path. Hawk's had nearly 2 seasons now of redemption. You have to be fair. You can't just say that Kenny isn't deserving of it. Like, if you can redeem Chosen and you can redeem Mike, you can redeem Kenny. You've redeemed a guy that wanted to kill Daniel. I keep putting that out there. Sam and Tori finally working together. Like, come on. Like, I'm not a guy to scream girl power, but fuck yeah, girl power right here. This moment right here was so freaking dope because it was earned. It wasn't like that Avengers Endgame thing where it's like she's got help and it's like a cringy. Ugh. It was awful. This was earned. It was badass. Here for it. You know, it was absolutely dope. And I really enjoyed it. And everyone that's Team Tori or Team Sam, get over it. The rivalry's done. And what people should take away from the rivalries is if the characters can get over it, you can get over it. What I find fascinating about the psychology of fans is fans care more about the rivalries than the characters themselves. It's like people crave drama. Like, it's like you're filling a void in a show because of the drama in your own life. Like, there's a real psychological thing there. Like, it's mad. Karen says Kenny is a psycho. Well, can you blame him? Oh my god. Yeah, it did. But when Sam and Tori worked together, it was. Thank you, Stuart. It felt natural. You know, it felt like a moment that I could absolutely. Who cares where the hell Piper was? You know, who cares? Who really cares? I'm not even gonna bloody address it anymore. But as I was saying, Sam and Tori were extremely well developed this season, and I think, you know, you get to a point where you realize Sam and Tori have more of a rivalry than Miguel and Robbie do, and that's just facts. There is so much bad blood and issue between these two characters that it's crazy. Now, back to my original point of One United Dojo before we went on a side tangent. Oh, God. The moment in the trailer that I talked about with Daniel, all right? With Daniel walking into Miyagi-Do and seeing his main student, Robbie, his 2 new allies, Miguel and Eli, his daughter, Sam, his son, Anthony, his former rival, Chosen, his former rival, Johnny, his wife, Amanda, all bowing to him. I said that would be the most emotional moment of the season. And I was right. That shit had me bawling. I have never choked up more in my life watching this show. That scene was freaking amazing. And as great as this show is for showing us Johnny's redemption and Johnny's story, what's also important is to remember that this is still Daniel's story too. He is the Karate Kid, and a lot of people have forgotten that over the years, and I think this season's reminded people of exactly the kind of person that Daniel is. And if you go way back to season 1, yes, Daniel was a jerk for the way he tried to, you know, do, you know, stuff to Johnny's business, which was a bit underhanded. But in retrospect, you're a fucking psycho. I'm not even going to trip. You're just blocked. You're a psychopath, man. Get some help. He keeps changing his name because he hates a fictional character because he probably had a Sam in his life. You're putting yourself on the character. But as I was saying, every single person in that dojo, Daniel has helped in some way. And from season 1 onwards, right? Season 1 onwards, Daniel has always been right. He's always been right about Cobra Kai. Yes, his methods have been questionable. Yes, he's, you know, done some underhanded things, but Daniel has been right from season 1. Now, you could look at the scene in season 1 when he sees the Cobra Kai dojo pop up in the strip mall. Did he see it going this far? I don't think this far, but he definitely saw it going to season 3 territory, minimum, even season 4. He knew exactly what was going to happen a mile off. Daniel has been right from the very, very, very start. And I'm so happy and thrilled that we finally learn who the Karate Kid is once again. The moment where he goes into that bit of the dojo that he's not gone in, and Amanda takes him in there, and she's telling him the story of how she sat with Mr. Miyagi, you know, he was like, Amanda-san, you know, and a great moment, tears swelling, emotions, you know, running strong. And then you come out of that, you cut out of that. And then Daniel's like, you know, oh, I can't help anyone. And Robbie's like, you helped me. You gave me a home. You gave me a purpose. You gave me a job. Like I've never choked up more in my life. And on that, this season did such a great job of paying off previous story arcs. The bit in season 3 when Johnny and Daniel both, you know, go to try and find Robbie in season 3. And then Johnny tells Robbie about that this season. And then Daniel and Robbie finally reconcile. I love the bit where Robbie and Hawk are like debating. And then Hawk's like, shut up, don't talk to me. And then Robbie's like, if this is about the Mohawk, I'm sorry. But, you know, if anyone knows how a Cobra Kai can turn people into an arsehole, it's you. Really? Yeah. You trashed this dojo. You attacked me and Sam at the mall. You broke Dimitri's arm. You know, I love this because it's paying off 4 seasons of bullshit that these kids have been doing to each other over nothing, over silly shit. If you're seriously watching this show and you're like, oh, I love drama, then I don't know what to say. Like you question my faith in humanity. Like some people just crave drama. They absolutely love it. Like they can't get enough. Like they just love it. Like it's almost like it becomes fucking serious to these people. Like it literally becomes fucking serious. It's like a cult. Like you can't say anything without someone going, you know, it's just calm down. Come on. Now I've talked about the Hawk and Kenny thing. I'm not a fan of that. I didn't really like that. I was like, okay, you know, but you got to look at it from this perspective. The only reason Kenny was able to get a bit of edge on Hawk and even Robbie was one, he's fast. Robbie, God's sake. Kenny and Devon, like those two are fast. They're fast fighters, speed. But that aside, if I have to instill the story reason, the real story reason as to why Kenny got a bit of edge on Robbie and Hawk is because Robbie and Hawk have both been in Cobra Kai. Robbie and Hawk both know what Cobra Kai will do to you. That's why when Kenny tried squaring up to Robbie, Miguel steps in, not just to defend Robbie, but because he knows if Kenny fights Robbie, it's going to make the situation worse. He is de-escalating. It's de-escalating. And Miguel lays him out. And Kenny won't care about it because him and Miguel have no attachment to each other. Kenny and Hawk have beef. Kenny feels betrayed by Robbie. Whereas with Miguel, Miguel's like, you know what? Get laid out. That's basically, come on, don't spam, whatever that is. Come on. Miguel literally just tossed him right on the frickin' floor. And I absolutely adore the way Robbie and Miguel had each other's backs this season. I mean, it's that scene when Johnny's sitting in front of his 2 sons and one of his. This season addressed Johnny and Hawk. Like, for God's sakes, after season 3, Johnny just completely forgot about Hawk. I didn't like that. Like, after Hawk got like the silver bullet right here, you know, he's like rubbing his back and, you know, tapping him like that, and both Miguel and Robbie come together and say, hey, you know what, give the shot to Hawk. Give it to Hawk. He deserves it. And rightly so. Now I want to touch upon Silver versus Chosen. When I say this fight lived up to the billing, holy shit. Oh, now I know some people will be annoyed that Silver lost. In a sense, allow me to explain. Chosen had Silver beat. Chosen had him on the floor. Like, yes, Silver got cuts in and whatever else, but Chosen had him on the floor, ready to stab him and finish him off. But Chosen is a changed man, and he's not going to do that. So he holds back. He looks away. Silver takes it as an opportunity to blindside him, and there you go. And neither one of them looked weaker than the other. It was literally like I was watching Leonardo and Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting each other. Like, it was insane. They removed Mike out of the equation first because they know Mike is a powerhouse. When Mike comes in at the end, he fucking elbows the dude like right in the jaw. Bloody jumps on one, swings him down, and then Johnny's like, "I did most of this." You know, it's they basically found a way to kind of shoehorn him out a little bit, which I hope is not all they're going to do with Mike. I hope season 6 they do something, if you know what I mean. But the fight between Chosen and Silver really lived up to the billing. It was literally with weapons. It was such a great situation, you know. And Silver may have won the fight in a way, but Chosen is the better fighter. And I've always said the mark of a great show is when you're watching it, or a movie. The mark of a great show or movie is when you're watching it and you feel uncertain about the main characters. There was a part of me, now I didn't fully believe this, but you guys can't, like, comment in the chat. Did you honestly feel like Chosen or Johnny could have died within that scene? Because it cuts to Terry Silver straight at the dojo, and there's a cutaway, and you have no idea what's happened to Johnny. No idea. Or Chosen. Like, there was a feeling and a voice in the back of my mind going, holy shit, maybe, oh my God, maybe they might do it. They might do it. Oh my God, like with all the kids on the same page, I mean, they might do it. And thank Christ, thank the heavens that they didn't do it, because Jesus, my heart was in my mouth. I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, like the mark of a great show or story is feeling like it's such a situation, you know. The score for it was on another level. I wanted Mike in that fight more, like I really did, you know. They got to do more. They got to do more with Mike. Oh my God, the amount of yeses in the chat, this is insane. But I do feel like we're at a position with the show where it's a level of maturity. Hang on. Let me check my microphone. 1 second, guys. Yeah, my mic's working. I was just double checking. Technical issues there. No idea what happened. But yeah, comment down below your favorite fight scene, people. I want to see what you guys have to say. Oh, shit, Jesus, King. Touch wood. It's not in Barnes's character anymore. The whole season was bad except the last episode. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, I mean, look, if you guys genuinely didn't like the season, then I don't know why. And I don't know why. But if you did, then that's completely fair. 137 people in it. I know, 137 people in here. You guys are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I love it. Cheers, guys. Love you guys. Protect the egg training. Dude, the protect the egg training was so freaking clean. Everyone put in a shift. As soon as Miguel was getting attacked, Robbie would duck in. As soon as Robbie was attacked, Hawk would duck in. As soon as, like, Anthony was under attack, Sam would jump in. So good. I loved it. And, dude, when Robbie gets, like, sucker punched by Kenny right here, Miguel doesn't even hesitate. He flipping swings in there and bloody floors them all. Like, it's crazy. You've got Chosen, Daniel, and Johnny, and you've got Hawk, Robbie, Miguel. Like, come on. The signs are there. And I think the way the season kind of foreshadowed it, they're going to become Miyagi Fang. I think that's been set up. They said they need one name. Miyagi Fang is probably going to happen. You know, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang. Like, it's not... Put it this way. Miyagi Fang isn't... How do I put this? It isn't just a third dojo. It's a hybrid, where it basically means Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang train together. It's two philosophies at two different ends, and it's a yin and yang. And Miyagi Fang, if you're more of a Miyagi-Do student, you train in classic Miyagi-Do. If you're more of a Miyagi Fang than Eagle Fang, then you literally go to Eagle Fang. That's literally all it is. That's pretty much all it is. And I freaking love that. You get to go to a dojo that has two philosophies. That is such good writing. And I'll also say, it's a very clever way, a very, very clever way, right, of keeping the merchandise for Eagle Fang going. Just saying. 135 people. This is absolutely insane. Oh my God. We're living rent-free in Jacob's head. You're living rent-free in my head. Rent-free in my head. You're living rent-free in my head. Arnold, what do you think about it? Rent-free in the head. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to Strike First Media, what are you doing? What are you doing? But for you, $2,000. Did you think Chosen buying the couch was funny? Yes, I love it. it's just such a Chosen thing to do. You know, I love it. I love Chosen and we got Chosen and Mike interacting. Like, come on. Now, what I would do if there is a merged dojo gi, right? I would have it black and white with a red stripe. Like, so you got the red stripe of Eagle Fang, the white of Miyagi-Do, and the black for Yin and Yang. Like, you've literally got a merger of all three. But having a dojo, right, that you can go to that has two different styles, that's freaking insane. I love that. I love that. That's great writing, in my opinion. Very good writing. The Top Gun montage, dude, I freaking love that. And I must say, the emotions of this season, man, like when Miguel figures out who his dad really is, it's so heartbreaking. And what did I say? I said, if Miguel finds his father or if he doesn't find him, that's irrelevant. What's going to happen is it doesn't matter because he's going to realize who his real father is. Johnny Lawrence. That's his real father. That's it. I don't want to hear, but his real father should be Mike Barnes and Tori should be related to Mike and all these weird shit. Yeah, that goes right out the window. Okay. That never, see, look at all the amount of bullshit theories that have come out over the last few years that are now redundant. Mike was never Johnny's boss. Tori's not related to Mike. Miguel's father's not Mike or Silver. Like, thank God for that. The simplest answer is the right one. And I love the fact that Miguel puts 2 and 2 together and it tests that Carmen and Miguel relationship that has been such a key cornerstone of Miguel's arc since season 1. You test it, you push it, you push it, you push it, you push it. And then he sees Johnny and he breaks down and he's in tears. And it's just a great moment. And what I love about this season, right, is when all the kids are at Miyagi-Do and Robbie and Sam are talking, Miguel doesn't go, I'm going to go over there and give him a piece of my mind. This is some bullshit, and Hawk's like, I'm going to kick his ass. Like, it's Miguel literally says they're just catching up. And he was right. They're literally just catching up. And it's such a level of growth and maturity from where they were at the start of the show. At the start of the show, it would have been like, you get out of here. Hey, man, you want to try that again? Yeah, I'll try it again and hit Sam. This season, it's literally different. They've grown, they've matured, they've moved past it. They're like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. And them not having their relationship troubles allowed Robbie and Miguel to become friends. It allowed them to sort it out. Now, there will be a lot of stuff that's happened behind the scenes. But the thing is, I think everyone needs everything literally spelled out for them. You can fill in the blanks with this show. Like, anonymity and ambiguity is literally dead. It's like a forgotten art. Like, you literally need it spelled out for you. Like someone to write it for you. We don't need that. Sometimes things are best left to the mind to wonder and interpret. And for me personally, I love the way the kids handled everything this season. I thought it was really, really strong. There was a lot of maturity. Now, there was a moment that I'm not a huge fan of because it does fall into that classic tropey stuff where Miguel starts, with the girl at the party. Now, I'm not going to rag on it too much because it's been in the show since it's just a cliche of storytelling. It's always there. But it did feel like it was a bit of a shoehorn. Miguel didn't need to be smooching with anyone. He really didn't. It's like if Robbie was doing it or if Eli was doing it. Like, you really didn't need to do that. But and then Sam sees it and then goes crazy and insane. And I'm like, oh my God, fucking hell, here we go again. Oh my God, not again. Jesus Christ. But luckily, Sam was mature enough the next day to process and just be like, you know what? It's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. Like, they put it in there for a reason. They put it in there to show you how they respond to this situation now. In an earlier season, that would have been, the response to that would have been an out-and-out brawl, a fight. In this situation, Sam just got angry, got upset about it, and her and Miguel sorted it out the next day. It's literally all it is. So I don't like the initial scene itself, but I don't mind the message and I don't mind the theme. But a little cringy. And it's some Hawk behavior, this. And I will say there was one other moment where like Moon, Yasmin, and Sam were all like conversating like with the phone, like, oh, you should punish him. It reminded me of Stranger Things when Max and Eleven are plotting against Will and Lucas. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? What is this cringy shit? Good Lord. But at the end of the day, you got to remember they're teenagers. You know, we've all been there. We've all done stupid things. And the thing is, the adults don't do it as much in that sense. They do stupid stuff, but not like, you know, the smoochy. They don't do all that malarkey. Like, you leave that to the teenagers. The adults are stupid over rivalries and things that you can't get over from like 30 years ago. Now, Sato's flashback. I love this. Sato's flashback was chef's kiss. I loved it. Fantastic. And Cho's like digging in the sand, and I love it. The flashback to young Kreese and young Silver training in Tang Sudo in the scene, and you see a young Sensei Kim. Now, I want to shout out to my boys for this, because if you look in the scene, young Sensei Kim smiles and winks at Kreese, not Silver. So that could potentially be a plot point for season 6. That could potentially be a plot point. Just throwing it out there. And I loved the fight scene with Kreese in prison. That got me, excuse me, I'm going to mute quickly. Hyped. Like when I say literally at hyped, I was bouncing all over the place, because it's such a great, because look, it's no secret that any fight scene, right, that Johnny is in, that Kreese is in, sorry, I read the chat, that Kreese is in, you can literally see that it's a stunt double. You can see, like, if you look at the season 3 fight, you know, it's like, and it's clearly not Kreese, and it's clearly not Martin Cove. See, get back in focus. There we go. It's all in the lightsaber, baby. But when Kreese goes down and then the young Kreese emerges, there's so much happening here. For the fight scene in and of itself, it's so cool because it allows them to do so many fight stunts and whatnot without putting in a stunt double there, and it's true to Kreese. And I have a theory for what they're going to do with this, right? I have a theory. But I love the idea of young Kreese re-emerging. He's re-emerging within the current Kreese to kick those dudes' asses. Now, I have a theory for you all. So you heard it here first. Take a picture, write it down, tweet this shit. I have a theory. When Silver and Kreese inevitably throw down, right? Everyone get ready. Get ready. As much as Thomas Ian Griffith does a lot of his own stunts, Martin Cove is going to struggle. So what you do, while Kreese and Silver are fighting, in between the fight, you cut back past and present. And what you do is you switch out the actors, right? You switch out the actors within the fighting scene, and you have young Silver versus young Kreese. Like, it's still literally, right? It's still literally current day Kreese and current day Silver. But you do exactly what that fight scene did. Exactly what that did. With young Kreese and young Silver going at it. And you can still make it a badass fight. You haven't got to use a stunt double. And then switching back and forth between, you know, Barnett and then Martin. Switching back and forth between Thomas. And then I forget the actor who plays young Terry Silver. The name escapes me. But cutting back and forth between those 4 actors in the same fight scene for the same character. Take a picture, write it down, tweet that shit. I'll accept my check in the mail. Don't be surprised if they do that. They've set it up. Oh, man, protect your king. Man, Kyler still hasn't got the arse whooping he deserves. Still hasn't got it. Like, I wanted him to get a smackdown. But I will say this. Kyler has a moment of hesitation, right? When Hawk says to him, you know, oh, yeah, I did. You know, Robbie did, Miguel did. Dimitri will get his turn. Everyone grows. You just stay the same. You can tell Kyler thinks about it. And then he gets his ass beat, and then Dimitri puts him on the floor. But I'm pleased to say the
I'm going to redeem Rhea
movement is going strong. Kyler redeemed in a way. And it's mostly because I want to see Joe with the good guys. Like, it's not necessarily for Kyler. It's just because Joe is such a charismatic dude. Like, Kyler is just a jerk. Like, he's just an arsehole. Like, he's literally there to be beaten up. You know, he's like, oh, man, protect your king. It's like, man, you got kicked in the face, right? You at best, you can beat Mitch. You can beat Mitch. Miguel just got out of a wheelchair and still kicked your ass. Kenny's like half your size and he kicks your ass. Robbie takes down an entire dojo with you in it. Hawk beats you in 3 kicks. You suck. Kyler, you suck. You are literally the definition of a punching bag. Hey, Lupo Music. What's up, dude? Put it this way. I'm sorry, he sucks. He's terrible. All he's good for is being a hype man. Other than that, he's god awful. We have 134 people watching right now. You guys are amazing. But we have 130 odd people watching, and we only have 57 likes. What are you doing? Everyone smash that like button immediately. Let's see if we can get it to 100 likes.
Look, if you're so worried about this son of a bitch, why don't we go down there and kick his ass right now?
Marvelous. Marvelous. I mean, Mitch and Kyler are tied for the ultimate donor. That's just my opinion. They're literally tied for the ultimate donor. It's crazy. First time on your channel. Love the show. This is arguably my favorite season overall. Can't wait to rewatch it. Well, thank you, TK429. Welcome to the family. Everyone welcome TK4299 into the family. You are welcomed, sir. You are welcomed. Let me just get my Toretto cross on. Eventually, I'll get my cross on. There you go. I got my Toretto cross on. Family. Let me just get my Terry Silver-esque drip. Little flex, as Terry would. I mean, Terry has some serious drip. Have you seen his clothing? God damn. Every scene he's in, it just looks like an advert for something. What did Puerto Rican Prince say? Why is this channel so underrated? Thank you, Puerto Rican Prince. I appreciate that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, people, I haven't made my channel specific to Cobra Kai for a very good reason, because Cobra Kai one day will end. And, I hope that when you come for the Chosen One, you stay for the Chosen One, and I cover everything. Marvel, Star Wars, whatever. Pop culture in general. This is just a safe space that we can all come to talk and share our love and our passion for everything that we enjoy. So I really do appreciate it. I know people say this all the time, and I know I've said it, I've lost count now, but I really do appreciate it when anyone comes in and joins the space and adds something new. And it's just crazy, to go from streams where I had barely 2 people in to 136 is absolutely insane. And I love it. And I'm very appreciative to all of you for it. So let's play something in celebration. Love conquers all. No, let's not play that. What clip am I going to play? There we go.
Any more coffee?
There you go. That's how I feel whenever everyone gives me a compliment. I just get knocked out. You nailed the Mexico trip. My friend knew Miguel Robbie Fight would have no winner. Yeah. I mean, if you want to get technical about it, Miguel technically wins. Okay. Miguel technically wins, right? However, in the context of the scene, Robbie and Miguel both win. There's so much more at play. That I am so happy you mentioned this. There is even growth and maturity between the tech guy and Johnny. There is growth between these two. We're talking about the dude that went, hey, look what the cat dragged in. Oh, come on. I wasn't trying to sell it to you. It's literally, there's even growth between them two. The guy literally says to him, you think I wanted to work here? Whoever wants to work? No one wants to work. It's such a great little scene. I freaking love that. And Cobra Edits, I am so glad that you brought that up. I want to spend some time on that. Chosen One hypes me up for another show to keep spending my time here after Cobra Kai ends. I appreciate you, Lupo. I mean, by the time that, I'm a married man one day and Cobra Kai is on its 50th season, I've been streaming all night. But we all know I'm secretly and he's all that too. Yes, probably not going to happen. Right. Back to the point. But thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. Where was it? Yeah. So my one concern is I don't want Kreese to be an out and out villain again. I feel like it's not congruent with his arc. Now, what could happen is he could be the lone wolf. He could literally be the lone wolf. Just go it alone. And I think the show is trying to communicate something with the conversation between Kreese and Johnny in prison after Daniel pretends to go and get the number for his lawyer. That was a great... Oh, they played Kreese there. No mercy, mother. They played him. They absolutely played him. But I think that conversation where Kreese is like, Silver's the problem, not Cobra Kai. Johnny puts it on him and literally says, no, Cobra Kai, everything about it's the problem. You're the problem. Silver's the problem. Cobra Kai is the problem. And I think, guys and girls, we've got to prepare ourselves for the day Cobra Kai goes. I think we have to. I think we've got to prepare ourselves for it. I think the show has done such a... It's done such a thing of making it irredeemable. Like, it's no matter what way you try and redeem it, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. It's so entrenched into the DNA and the philosophy of Cobra Kai that I don't think keeping Cobra Kai is going to have any benefit. I think Cobra Kai, by and large, it has to go. I think the dojo has to go. And I think the reason for that is because you've got Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do now. You don't need Cobra Kai anymore. Like, Cobra Kai, Eagle Fang fills the void of Cobra Kai, and Chosen's offensive Miyagi-Do fills the void of Cobra Kai. Like, you literally don't need it anymore. And as much as Cobra Kai is very marketable and, you know, merchable, I'm unfortunately going to be the one to say that I think Cobra Kai is going to go forever. I don't think it's needed anymore. And I think when Cobra Kai is said and done, when the show's said and done, imagine it ends on season 8 or season 7. You cut 10 years down the line and you continue with the kids. A Sensei Robbie, Sensei Miguel. You can let Sholo finally grow out his facial hair. Because he's a good looking dude with that facial hair. You know, you let him grow out the facial hair, let him be a sensei. Maybe Hawk and Dimitri could be WWE announcers or something. Like, you do a 10-year skip in the future, and maybe the show's called Miyagi Fang. Like, I think we're gearing up to a point where Cobra Kai, it's not... I don't think Cobra Kai is going to be around much longer. I think the dojo's kind of reached its point, and I think all the kids and everyone's kind of learned that it's not just Silver, it's not just Kreese, it's the whole philosophy, it's the whole ideal. Cobra Kai, while it has its benefits, is too dark and too entrenched in... It's in such a... Oh, family dinner. Oh, I hope your dinner was good, Clyde. What did you have for dinner? So I think what I was saying is that Cobra Kai, I think, is going to go. I don't think the dojo is going to be around much longer, and I think it's done. Like, I think Cobra Kai's finished. Not the show, the dojo. I think the dojo's finished. I don't think we're at a point now where we can look at the show and go, you know what, Cobra Kai's needed. It's not. It's really not. Like, Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do, everyone's on the same page. Every kid that joined Cobra Kai went back to Miyagi-Do. Robbie, Hawk, Miguel, like, everyone's there. Not that Hawk and Miguel were there to begin with, but they joined. You know, Tori's even there now. Like, and Tori could just be an Eagle Fang or something. Like, it's not because I want the dojo to end, but it's not needed. And I think now that we're going global, I think we are in the end game of Cobra Kai. I think we're in the end game now, people. I think it was spiral noodles, 2 types of cheeses, link sausage, and chicken with some Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh, I could... it's like that scene in No Way Home when the Green Goblin's like, I could go for a burrito. See, you tell him that to me. Like, it's literally just... Love it. But I think season 6 could potentially be the end, guys. I think at best you might get a season 7, but the amount of emotionally compelling story beats that were paid off in this season, I see season 5 as a bookend to the last 4 seasons. And I think, you know, see you, chump. I think the last season that we've got coming up, or no, the next season that we've got coming up, whether it goes global or whatever, I feel like we're gearing up for the end of it. I think we are. I think that we're getting to a point now where the show's it's not got long left. And I think I want everyone to do me a favor, right? I'm going to put a poll, right? I'm going to put a poll. Let me put a poll. Do you want Cobra Kai to go... Now, I'm not going to say to go on forever, because as a fan, we all do it. Do you want Cobra Kai to go on forever? No, I'm joking. To go on after season 7. I'm going to go season 7. So comment yes and then comment no. Do you want Cobra Kai to go on after season 7? And you bet you've got 2 seasons. Everyone comment. Everyone, or not comment. Everyone vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Tell me. Let me know what you think. Because to be honest, I don't feel like we're at a point now where, put it this way, do you want the show to end with a bang or do you want it to end with a whimper? How many shows and movies do you know that have gone past season 7 and are still good? Now, Cobra Kai is the exception for a lot of things. RJ, speaking of goats, now that you're here, I don't know if you were here beforehand, but I was basically saying that Cobra Kai as a dojo in and of itself is finished. I think it's going to go. It's done. Nathan! Bang! What's up, dude? I think Cobra Kai as a dojo itself is finished. And I think the show in and of itself is coming to the end. I don't think we're getting... everyone wants it to carry on for another 5 fucking seasons. I'm like, do you really want this to happen to this show? You're going to kill the show. Like, the show's going to suck. And I also want to put this out here as well, right? How many times have you seen a show that you like on Netflix that gets cancelled out of nowhere? Do you want that to happen with Cobra Kai? Because what's going to happen, season 8, right, might be setting up the finale, and season 9 might be the finale. They'll cancel it in season 8. They'll cancel it in season 8. And then you get no finale. Now, Star Wars fans in the comments section, let me know. Oh, Jacob, enjoyed the live, but I've got to go. See you, chump. Let me play a clip for you before you go. Let me just play... there you go. No! But put it this way. You're going to get to a point where you are literally relying, on a show that is running out of fuel. Like, there's only so many times, you can rehash the same thing. I'm just checking it out now, RJ. There's only so many times you can rehash the same thing before it gets old. I think there's a situation here where I just don't want the show to die a horrible death. I want the show to be appreciated. I want it to be loved. And I tell you what, speaking of such things, the 2 Ginger Twins characters, Big Red and Little Red, they actually are... they're twins. I love it. But put it this way. Every show needs a good ending, right? Every show needs a good ending. If you want to end it with a whimper, you keep going on. You keep going on and on and on and on and on. Because I tell you what, the show's going to decline. It doesn't matter if the creators are writing it or not. What's going to happen is it's going to drop off. And that's not my opinion. This isn't an exact science. We're talking about probability here. What is likely? Now, I'm removing my fandom out of this. As a fan, I want the show to carry on forever. I look forward to a new season. I can do another Robbie video. I can do another Robbie video. I can talk about it in live streams. I can bring more subscribers in, get the views. But ultimately, I want the show to be remembered on a positive note. And put it this way, if you end the show with a bang on season 6 or 7 at best, then you do a time jump, right? 10 years in the future, season 8, 10 years down the line with Sensei Robbie, Sensei Miguel, you're set. Like, you're set for season 8, 9, and 10. This show could go to 10 seasons, but before you get to seasons 8 and 9 and 10, I want there to be an endgame for season 6 and 7. Like, I feel like it just isn't possible. Like, it's really not. Like, you're going to get to a point where characters start doing stupid shit. Like, don't get me wrong. There's people making the case that the show's already jumped the shark. And to that, I say I disagree, because Karate Kid 2 had damn near death in it. And, it's normal. But I think we're at a point where the seeds have been planted for the end. And I think Cobra Kai going global will be the threat. If it goes global and Cobra Kai win, how do you wrap up a global event with Cobra Kai having dojos in every country in a believable way? That's when you've jumped the shark. Like, that's when you've jumped the shark. Having them in the All Valley is... Jesus Christ. Having it all in the All Valley is one thing. But when you go global, you run the risk of really jumping the shark. Like, you ain't jumping the shark anymore. You're jumping the bloody the megalodon. Like, you're biting off way more than you could chew. And I think season 5 is, you know what, season 4, episode 10, that's the beginning of the end, because the episode is literally titled The Rise, which means we're in the end game, people. It's coming. It's gonna. I could be wrong. Again, I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong here. But I just feel like with the situation at hand, you know, and this is interesting. 95 people have voted. 55% say no. 45% say yes. So very mixed. Very mixed. You had a question to ask. What's your question? What about Kenny and Devon? And they can stick around. They can stick around. And I was asked, do I think Kenny, Devon, and you know, Anthony could keep it going? The investment isn't strong enough for those 3 characters. The investment from the casual audience is not strong enough. It's not sustainable. It's like this isn't Dragon Ball Z. Like, you can't, it's not Gohan we're watching. You know, it's not bloody Trunks. It's not fucking Broly. Like, we're not watching that. You know, Anthony, Kenny, and Devon are interesting because they feed into a character. Kenny is great as his own character, but he complements Robbie's arc. Anthony's a great character, but he complements the Miyagi-Do legacy. Devon's a great character, but she complements Johnny in season 4 and Tori in season 5. Like, it's cool, but compared to the others, we're not going to be sitting there every season going, oh my God, I can't wait to see what happens with Kenny, Devon, and Anthony. Like, this isn't the MCU. Like, give it an ending. I don't want it to carry on for another 50 years. And then the show just becomes something that I don't even remember anymore. You know what? You know what, Clyde? I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. But Robbie's Vegeta. Now, Lupo, this is a great point. I do see a film. I think I would like a film. Maybe a final season 6 of Cobra Kai and a Karate Kid movie. How does that sound? Karate Kid 5. Karate Kid 5. How does that sound? I would like that. I would like that. 6 or 7 seasons, end it, 1 movie. I would like that. I would like that. That'd be cool. But then you would really need a quantifiable reason for there to be a 2-hour movie. That's what you run into. Now, there could be spin-offs. There could be prequels. They've got a lot of like flashback actors. You've got a lot of potential stories we could see that unfold. We could do more with Captain Turner. We could do more with Sensei Kim. We could do more with Kreese and Silver. More with Sato and Miyagi even. But I think, you know, we're at a point now. Jesus, hell no, I get my ass kicked. I think we're at a point now where the show's reaching that penultimate stage, you know, where we're just, hey, Robbie's my son. It's official. I think we're at a point now. I just don't want them to milk it dry, because then you oversaturate the universe. And the problem with that is when you oversaturate a universe, the investment isn't strong enough in it anymore, because there's so much stuff. Look at the problem with superhero movies at the moment, right? Is there's literally a situation where we're in a time where there's so much, you know, there's so much going on, you know, we're at the end game. At least I feel, you know, I think the emotions are high enough to pull off 2 more seasons maximum, and that's it. But I'm going to enjoy this next year and a half, okay? And I'll gladly say this on air, and this isn't a pretentious slight. This isn't ego. Ever since I started doing Cobra Kai content in any capacity, I've always been treated as a second-rate citizen. Like, there's a lot of things you guys don't know in the chat. Like, you really don't, you know, with some of your favorite creators on this scene, and the way that I've been treated over the last couple of years for speaking my mind. Like the CM Punk of the Cobra Kai community. Like, I love to say what the average person is thinking. I love to say, do I say what the fanboys are saying, or do I say what the average person in the comment section is saying? You know, do I cater to 5 or do I cater to 144? While still staying true to myself. And I've been treated as a second-rate citizen ever since I started doing it. I've never had a helping hand from anyone else. I've built all this myself. And you know, when I stream with my kings of pop culture, they're my boys, you know, they're my brothers. See, like it's kind of got to a point now where everyone will want them on their channels. No one will want me, you know. It's and I've just kind of accepted that. I've kind of just lived with that, you know. And it's not something that I take, you know, personally. It's just the name of the, you know, it's just how it is. And I think, you know, I like. Whoa, why was I used for analogy? Not you, not you. I think not you, Clyde. I think, you know, the fact that I speak my mind and all that is what appeals to you guys, because I'm saying what you're thinking, and I try to be fair. Sometimes I can be biased, sometimes I can be in my own way, but I do try to be fair, and I do try to hear every side and every opinion. There was someone that commented in one of my streams not too long ago about, you know, why they didn't like season 3 at all, and I said, oh my, like up until season 5, season 3 was my favorite season. Like, it was my favorite. So I was fascinated to learn why this person didn't like it. They even dropped a donation, of which they didn't have to do. I was watching that, like, I can literally see everyone who's in the chat. So this is why none of you need to spam. I can literally see everyone who's, I see you. I just, when you're on my side of the thing and you're to keep manually tapping each thing, it can hurt your fingers. But I saw that and I was like, well, you didn't have to donate at all, mate. Like, you didn't have to do that. But I was just fascinated to see another point of view. And that's what I love. I love growth, right? And that's not only what this season is about. I love growth. I love maturity. I love evolution. I love the fact that, you know, the person who is your main opponent is yourself, you know, and you can only get better. Like, that's what I love. That's what I absolutely freaking love. That was me. Look, oh, really? I thought it was someone else in the last stream. So, oh yeah, you did it in this stream, but someone else did it a while ago. So there you go. You got someone else that doesn't like isn't their favorite as well, and that's fair. Like, it's fair. Like, put it this way: if you love season 3, you are welcome here. If you think season 4 is the best, you are welcome here. Season 1, 2, you are welcome here. I am a Sam and Robbie endgame shipper. You are welcome here. It's true. It's technically true. Technically. Law Russo. Hashtag Law Russo. I stand. I'm just trolling. Just busting your balls. I'm just busting your balls. But you are welcome here. You know, it's like I say this all the time when I do a video on Halloween or a live stream and I talk about Halloween and the Halloween movies. You know, if you're a H2O fan, great. If you're a Resurrection, you know, trick or treat motherfucker fan, then fantastic. You know, if you're a Halloween Kills fan, great. If you're a Halloween 6 fan, I question your IQ, but, you know, you're a fan. You know, you're welcome here. And it's just something that I thought I would share with you all, because there's a lot of stuff that you only see what I show. Mac Lee! Hello. You only see what you are showing people. And I like to try and be as real as possible. I don't fake anything, you know, and I'm guilty of my opinions changing, but that's just normal. You know, your opinions and tastes change over time. It's just how it is. You know, what you ate 5 years ago and what you loved then, you might not love now. What you hated 8 years ago, you might love now. Like, it's crazy to me. You know, it's just, it's evolution. It's growing, you know, into something more, which is ironic in many ways, because that's the theme of this season. It's not just, you know, about reconciliation. It's not just about redemption. It's about growth. It's about maturity. It's about moving forward. And that's why I really appreciate this season. And it's my personal favorite. Like, it's my personal favorite. And I think when the show is said and done, this will be the definitive season, because this is where everything comes together. Everything, like everything that I've been waiting for, everything that I'm sure most of you have been waiting for, was in this season. Like, I could talk about the season forever. And I want to touch upon my previous point about how I do my videos and stuff. They're not the best quality. They're not the best thing, but I speak just from here, you know, and I think that just resonates with people. And I'm grateful for that. But I have to warn each and every single person who's in this chat right now, for the next year and a half, you are going to get a shit ton of clickbait videos coming your way, because the creators are working on another project. They haven't even begun scripting season 6. They haven't even begun it. From what I know, they haven't even begun it. Now, for those who know about the movie business, pre-production takes a while, because the actual filming part of the process is actually not the easiest part, but it's the shortest part. You could script a story for 2 years, film it within 2 months. Like it's you could literally film it within 2 months, and then post production's about 5 months. You know, editing, music, score, composition, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and by the way, just to clarify, I didn't mean me clickbaiting. I won't be doing that. Mac Lee, I absolutely agree. And can I say, I really love that display picture. That display picture is brilliant. But the way I see it, we've got such an amount, like such a gap in time between now and when the show, like when season 6 drops, right? That I feel like there's going to be just, you know, so much time where there's just going to be nonsensical theories. It's literally nonsensical theories. Like, think of how many theories have been debunked. Mike is not related to Miguel or Tori. You know, Chosen's not Kyla's dad. You remember that one from season 1? Mike is not Johnny's boss. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy how many theories have just been debunked. They're just all over the place. And I'm not saying don't theorize. Hell, that's what I do. But I think, you know, there is a little bit of this where people bullshit you lot because they know you'll click. And they're like, it's look, we're all fans and we want to enjoy stuff, and maybe just you want to click on it just to engage in conversation. Sometimes I see a video where I'm like, you know, oh, so and so's pregnant. I'm like, that makes no freaking sense whatsoever, but I'll click on it just to see. Sometimes we all do that, but I think objectively speaking here, I mean, just because they're literally Asian, you have to relate every Asian to each other. Like, God's sake. Don't put that evil on Chosen. Don't make Kylo related to Chosen, for God's sake. Oh, God, threw up there. And what about Chosen and Kumiko, eh? Damn. And again, level of growth and maturity for Chosen and Daniel. Daniel isn't bitter. Daniel isn't angry about it. He's happy for him. He's like, you know, he's not like, oh my God, Chosen, get the hell out of my face. You're an asshole. You suck. You snake. It's just like, I want you to be happy, you know? And I think when you have happiness within your heart and you're allowed to be positive, positivity trumps everything, you know? Someone did get, well, yeah, I know, but it was just the first thing I thought of. I meant someone ridiculous. Like, I don't want to say it, but there's a video out there where there is a 7, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But yeah, Carmen is pregnant, but I'm talking like it's literally the most ridiculous character, like that's pregnant. I'm like, what the fuck? You put this shit out there? Jesus Christ. And on that, people are putting a bunch of that stuff out there so people can click because for one reason, they got to get that ad revenue. Like they're walking in there like Vince McMahon, no chance in hell, you know, and then I'm the CM Punk that comes along and says, pipe bomb. Okay, that fucked up. Let me do that again. Pipe bomb. Now, back to the point. Also, I love this freaking lightsaber. But yeah, like I pride myself on my ability to not bullshit you people. That's just how I do things. It's crazy. There's still 100, and the fact that there's 100 people in here that just want to listen to what I have to say is incredibly heartwarming to me. And you know, just put it this way: anytime I challenge anything. This is what I... Yeah.
Big doo-doo this time.
Yeah, it's basically that. I'm just in big doo-doo. Big doo-doo. Every time. Every time. But, you know, comment your favorite moments in the chat. Comment your favorite moments. Come on, let's get the conversation flowing. Comment some of your favorite moments. Yeah, you know what, Anderson? I actually agree. Nice display picture. I actually agree. That was really, really fast. How do they replicate young... Oh, I forgot to talk about that. Thank you, Jerry, for bringing that up. Right. Young Johnny. How in the frog's fat ass was the CGI on a young Johnny better than the CGI on a young Hayden Christensen in Kenobi? Like, I'm a huge Star Wars guy, and that really pissed me off to my core. Like, the fact that young Johnny looks spot on, and young Anakin looks nothing like young Anakin. Like, he looks like him, but not like... You know what I mean? Like the de-aging thing's just it's not there. I'm just like, this is fucking Disney. All the money in the world, more money than God. Stud of the year. You know, fantastic line from Fantastic Four. Actually, you know, he's like more money than God. Stud of the year. You got Reed, World's dumbest smart guy, worth less than a postage stamp. But you know, it was crazy. But I love the way they did that. It was so well done. It was like Kreese was replaying all of his key moments, and that's exactly what I wanted. You can go back through the videos that I did, and I remember saying it in my Kreese video. I wanted Kreese to have moments of introspection. I wanted him to see Betsy, himself. The only gripe I do have, is they should have had Jesse Cove in there. They should have had Jesse Cove playing the captain dude from the team opposite Kreese. Like, it brings Kreese right back to his roots. And then it allows Martin Cove and Jesse Cove to have a scene opposite each other in the show. Like, that to me was a missed opportunity. Like, I was like, oh my God, are they going to put Jesse here? Was I right? Ah, shoot. Bollocks. Like, that to me would have been sick. If they managed to put Jesse Cove and Martin Cove opposite, man, I would have lost it. That would have been so freaking good. So do you want Cobra Kai to go on after season 7? 56% say yes, 44% say no. Okay, so it's definitely leaning more towards the yes category. My question to everyone who's voting yes, why? Like, why? And don't say, because I'm a fan and I love this show and I love it and I never wanted to. No, I want a real reason. Not a fan. I want a real reason. Where would you take the story? Like, I want to get this conversation going, because this is very fascinating to me. Because for the next year and a half, there's no Cobra Kai season 6. So we've really got to enjoy season 5. So I want everyone to comment why you want it to continue. Just Lupo, you funny son. You know what, Lupo? All right, I like your. I like that. That is a good response. Internally, I'm feeling like no. Yeah. Thank you, Lupo. You smart. Oof. Talk about Daniel. Oh, I will, Elise. Don't worry. I missed the after in that question. Oh, because I'd like to see the. Oh, sorry. Is there a way I can edit? Hang on. Oh, I can't edit it. Right. So, do you want Cobra Kai to go on after season 7? After season 7, and change. Okay, that's fair. But put it this way, wouldn't it be better to... Oh, God, season 7 screwed then. Hello, Shimun. Put it this way. If the show goes on to season 7, I would rather it ends at season 7, and then you wait about 5-10 years, and then you do season 8 when the kids are older. A time jump won't do. I want there to be maturity in their face. Like... You want there to be a degree of realism to it where you're like, you know what, I buy that this person is 10 years older. Like, they'll still have baby faces, but Tanner and Sholo and Jacob will look older when there is an actual time jump in real life. That's why they've hired these actors from a young age, because they can use their maturity as they grow. And I personally would really like to see that. Like, I would like to see that. I would like it to end on a high and you pick up down the line. Not go for fucking 10 seasons and just destroy the show. Like, that's stupid. $2.99 Bamboo Grove. Everyone raise a toast to everyone who's new here. Anytime there's a donation, we raise a pint emoji in the chat. Everyone raise a pint to Bamboo Grove. I can't drink on it. Well, probably could, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. YouTube will see it and just go demonetized. Yeah, to each his own. Okay, no, that's a good answer. I like that someone's thinking outside the box. It's not just, I need it to continue because it's my life and I want to... I like that there's an actual reason that you're giving it. So there's too many storylines to fit, such as in Korea. Okay, that's good. GD says, Jacob, I got to give you a round of applause. The way you foreshadow Robbie's arc to be one of the best since season 2 could not have been more right. I've never thought I could have fallen in love with this cat. GD, I fucking love you, dude. Allow me to take this moment. For about 2 years, I was called a Robbie fanboy. Robbie this, that, whatever. Even though Miguel's kind of my favorite, I just lean towards Robbie because no one else does. It's so gratifying to me to see everyone appreciate Robbie now. What did I say I said it since season 2. Like, it was there. It was right in front of us the whole time, and everyone loves Robbie, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Hey, man, that's what I do. That's what I do. And I do apologize for my voice sounding like this. But yeah, my voice is fucked. Oh, man, I feel like I've been at a concert. But thank you, GD. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, my God. Look at all the pint emojis. Insert pint because I'm using my laptop. Oh, that's brilliant. I never drink. I only smoke. Not cigarettes. Not cigarettes. Not cigarettes. I'll raise a toast again. Jesus. Talk about Daniel. Oh, my God. God, now I can't even type on the thing. Talk about Daniel. Talk about Daniel. But Jacob, talk about Daniel. Yeah, I'll do that in just a second. I'll do that in just a second, at least. It's all his arc. I kept saying. Thank you. Exactly. It pays off everything that you wanted and more. Robbie is a top G. You're damn right. Yeah, Tanner has improved. Like, I feel like Sholo has been the most consistent actor of the kids, but everyone has definitely grown. Definitely grown. Yeah, you see this kind of bullshit right here. This is stuff that I don't like. My intention with a Robbie video, right? Another Robbie video. He's doing another Robbie video. Yes, I did. Well, you're watching. You're watching. So thank you for the view. Was never to put El Serpiente down. It was never to do that. That was never my intention at all. And I'm not saying I caused that. I don't have that kind of ego. But the wave of fans that rag on Miguel now, you just don't understand the storytelling process. Like, Miguel is still the man. Like, put it this way. I'll put it this way. Robbie's the chosen one, right? It was said that you would bring balance to the valley, not join Cobra Kai. Miguel's the new Karate Kid, right? He even got the freaking headband, you know? Sam is the GOAT. Tori is the MVP. Dimitri and Eli are the binary brothers. Like, every character has a shine. They have a code name. The Hawk. You know, they have a code name. You know, Dimitri could be Alfred, because his words, not mine. But it's crazy to me. It's so mad. It should go past season 7 so we can see other characters in different countries facing our great... Okay. I mean, put it this way. If it goes past season 7, I'm telling you lot, don't expect it to have the emotions of this season. And there's a reason for that. Because the main story arcs are now wrapped. Emotionally, they're wrapped up. What we have now is a clean slate. Clean slate. We can start fresh. And we can continue the story in a different way. Now, if they find a way to reinvigorate it and keep it fresh, then I'm here for it. But again, I'm just talking about probability. The longer you go on, the more likelihood it will happen. And it's not just like one show. It happens with every show. It naturally happens. It will decline. And even if the show doesn't necessarily decline, audience interest will decline. Because there's going to be... All it takes is one person in the viewers to say, when will this fucking shit end? Like, that's all it takes. Do you want it to be the Fast and Furious movies? As fun as they are. Like, do you want it to be a situation where Terry Silver's like doing a DDT to Kreese in space, you know, on a space station? Like, and their karate's so out of this world, quite literally. It's like some interstellar shit. Now, obviously, it won't go that far, being hyperbolic. But just saying, we've got to be careful. We've got to be careful. I like Robbie. I only talk trash about him just to piss off. Fair. We have to think outside Pandora's box. Johnny, I don't know who Pandora is and what's in her box. Johnny's hilarious. When he was like getting Miguel and Robbie to fight, and he's like, that's the time. This is the place. One thing Seth Rollins, burn it down. I mean, I don't really watch WWE now because it's shit. But you know, Seth Rollins is a constant. I like him. One thing I really hope for is Kreese dying for real. In the end of the season, we see Johnny reading an apology letter. It might be in the minority, but I dislike the idea of Kreese out of jail. Yeah, I'm very cautiously optimistic where they're going to go with this. Like, they have to be very careful because we're at a situation where I want the show to make sure that it doesn't go to that level. And Kreese is out of jail now. And what was I just saying about jumping the shark? Like, we're not far off. Like, we're not far off anymore. Like, we've got to be careful. We've got to be very careful. Now, the creators are too smart for that, and I trust them, but we do have to be careful. Daniel has got that oatmeal this season. Oh, he got that. He got that oatmeal, right? He got that oatmeal and then some. Oh, wrong one. He got that oatmeal. Now, it is a running joke on this channel. Thank you, King. The only bit I didn't like was Daniel beating it, so it was too much of a stretch. I actually really liked it. I felt like it was natural. It was a natural progression. I felt like Daniel is the reason that Silver should have lost. It's the Karate Kid story. But comment more about that. I'm fascinated to hear more what you have to say. Daniel's the MVP. You're damn right. Peyton's performance this season was her best. Peyton knocked out the flipping park. Say this is the worst season. The fans say it's the best. Well, the thing is, the critics don't know shit. Like, the critics are literally there. But I do want to stress, the critics are not watching it with the same lens that you or I are watching it. They're watching about, like, the cinematography, the pacing, the narrative, the directing, the acting, the production value. They're looking at it from a different lens than we are. But more or less, I'll show you a movie, right, that is absolutely loved by critics, right? And I'm going to bring up some PTSD for people, and I am so sorry. This movie is adored by critics. Now, objectively speaking, I understand why this movie is adored by critics, because it is probably the best made sequel trilogy film. However, it's not the one I rewatch a lot. I rewatch Rise of Skywalker more than this just because of Ben Solo. And I rewatch The Force Awakens the most because it's the best. Like, it's the critics love it. The fans, 50-50. So always keep that in mind. There was a regression. And yeah, Eli is my only real issue with this season. And some of the stuff with Mike, that's really my problem. Agreed. My app is telling me to pick up someone called Jimmy John. Terry Silver destroys the world from space and reveals himself to be an alien. Let's play Jesus, I have a lot of chat to go catch up on. I don't know, man. I love the show, but every good show needs an ending, you know? Do you agree with Kenny about what he was the reasoning for Eli? Wait, hang on. Do you agree with Kenny about what the reasoning was for Eli winning? Reword that and write back in. I think I know what you mean, but I don't want to be wrong. Yeah, but the thing is, as I've always said, I don't care about the critics because they ain't gonna rewatch it. Us fans will. The Robbie haters maybe want Robbie to beat Miguel, but I'm good with how their fight ended. Me too. Like, I had so many people blowing me up saying, "Are you upset that Robbie lost?" Well, I mean, Miguel didn't really win either. You know, technically Miguel was in a situation to beat him, right? Miguel had it technically had it, but both Robbie and Miguel learned of the importance of letting go of that hate. You know, there was something more important at play than a rivalry. You know, and that's what I love. The thing is, a lot of it comes from a lack of experience. Robbie's one of them characters that you can either relate to him or you can't, and most people hate him because they just don't get it. They don't know that life. I'm just going to be honest. How many times? Yeah, let me guess. He died again. You guys see the Secret Invasion trailer? That shit looks sick. Oh man, Nick Fury's going to be great. Samuel Jackson's going to kill it. Barnes was a shocker to be on Daniel's side, except that limo scene. Yeah, that limo scene was hilarious. Thank you, Lisa. Miguel's dad will. Yeah, no. Speaking of Sensei Kim, what's going on with her next season? I'm not sure. I don't think you can kill off Kreese like that. His death has to be in the last season. Trick's final form, I agree. Kreese has to be the final death. Probably the only death. Well, I'd say him and Silver. Them two have probably got to take each other out. I think they have to go. Both of them have to go. By the end of it, they both got to go. Dang it, Dad. I could be at home getting oatmeal. God, here we go again. I'm going to just skip through a bit of the chat. Jake, this has been a great stream. I've got to go now. See you, chump. See you later, bro. Critics always fight. They always do. Was chosen a tiny bit too comic-y. No, he was. I personally thought it was very balanced. Yeah, like Silver is leaps and bounds above Daniel, but I think it was just nice to see Daniel crane kick that. And put it this way, as much as the creators are fans, they're not fanboys, right? They didn't just go, like they didn't just throw it in there for the sake of it. In season 1, Miguel did it and Johnny did it to go, smug at Daniel. But Daniel got to do it at the right moment. It wasn't just thrown in there. Like, they saved that, and I love that. It's an awful Star Wars movie, but it's a good science fiction movie. Exactly. Whoa! I told you Kenny is the best fighter. Oh my god. Let's stop this. Kenny's fast, but come on, in an out-and-out fight. Like, it's not happening. I'm just going to catch up on the chat, guys. I'm way behind. I don't see how they'll set up Anthony to be his main karate rival. Kenny's progressing too fast and getting to the level of the big three. Kenny has a lot of potential. I reckon Kenny will be the dark horse of the group. And do I think he'll surpass Robbie and Miguel? Nope. Do I think he can make it to Hawk's level? Absolutely. I think he can make it to Hawk's level. Guarantee you he'll make it to Hawk's level. And I know people don't want to hear that, but look, but it literally says it right here. Look at how fast he's progressing. He's doing good. And also, I want to shout out to my Kings, because when we were watching it, when he takes his Cobra Kai shirt off in the finale, you see a Spider-Man logo there. I wonder if that's a hint for Miles Morales. This is fantastic. Another nice little Thor reference for you. Kenny was a Gary Stu. No, I don't agree with that. I think it was just, with Kenny, Robbie, Miguel, and Hawk both had to handle it the right way. And if they didn't, then could have gone sideways. Shade asks, you upset we didn't see any of Kenny's brother? It's crazy because I thought, they gave him an extra month because he spit in a guard's face. Maybe they could bring him out of. Maybe they'll do that in season 6. Season 6, maybe. And then Sean can beat the shit out of Kylo. Another Robbie video. Thor. Jacob, should Amanda and Tori have had some interaction this season or next season? Also, what do you think at the moment between Chosen and Tori? I liked it personally. I really love that moment. I freaking love that moment. It was so great. It was so surreal to see that moment. I was like, that is absolutely awesome. I love it. Man, that felt good, bitch. I'm gonna be rewatching a couple episodes tonight. Like I'm hooked on this season. I freaking love it. Now, it will be up to you guys to decide how you feel about it, but for me, I'll be rewatching this season forever. But my favorite episode, it's got to be the finale. But my favorite scene, man, I'm gonna pull it up. I need to show you all this scene, right? This scene had me crying, man. This scene screwed me up. Like, it was. And this is what I'm talking about, the importance of ending it at the right time. You need to... Oh my god, they released Tales of the Jedi. I'm seeing Count Dooku and Mace Windu in a thumbnail together. I need to watch that. I don't even know. Right. Let me see if I can find it. I want to find the exact moment. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, actually. Yeah, I think YouTube's been pretty hot on it. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Honestly, this scene, it was so heartwarming in every way possible. Like, it hit me hard. Episode 2 with Miguel and Johnny, no, that was emotional. That was a close second. But my favorite one was this one. Right, hang on, let me see if I can find it. Joshua says, hey Joshua, how you doing, bro? I think my personal favorite of the season, not including episodes 5 and 10, is 8. I like it, dude. Unlike in season 4, episodes 7 and 8 picked up the pace fast. Like, I was like, yo, we're still hot and we're still rolling. Right, I'm going to slow this down because I don't want to get copyrighted. But put it this way, right? Yeah, I don't want to get copyrighted. YouTube is it's a cruel mistress nowadays, especially because the season's just dropped. But I'm going to get this up. All right. This moment here between Daniel and Robbie, this right here, it hit me right in the heart, man. And everything before this scene, like this clip isn't showing it, but when Daniel walks into Miyagi's room and he's looking at all the objects and he's remembering the history and the mythology and everything, I was crying, man. I was like, God, good Lord. And then I was crying here. And then not even just that, right? When it gets to a point here, all right, where Sam has a few things to say, I was like, oh, God. And then they said everyone. I knew as soon as I saw this scene in the trailer, this shot, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew exactly what was going to happen. He was going to come out here. These guys were going to come here. And then everyone was going to bow to Daniel. Everyone was going to bow to Daniel. Because as soon as I saw that in the trailer, I was like, they're not bowing just in one direction. They are bowing specifically to Daniel. And the score right here builds to its crescendo. Amanda's happy. Everyone's smiling. Such a great moment. Look at that. Eli, Miguel, Robbie, Dimitri would be there if he was here. Sam, Anthony, Amanda. I saw everyone say, oh, is Amanda joining the fight? Well, in her own way. She's not learning karate. She's just there to support her husband. That's a wife right there. And this right here, former enemies, both Miyagi-Do legacy characters, the Cobra Kai legacy character, and then Daniel was the myth. I love it. I freaking love it. And it's such a great moment. And then the camera pans across Miguel, Robbie, Sam. It pans across the main trio. It's Amanda, Karate Jason. I love it. It hit me in the heart, man. It was such a great moment. I can't watch this scene without tearing up. It's so freaking strong. I absolutely adore this scene. Always will. Amanda knows push through. What was a question that I saw up there? Where is it? What's your opinion about Johnny having a new child? At first I was worried they were going to do some Batman versus Superman BS where Robbie, Miguel, stop fighting. There's another one on the way. You have a sibling. I was worried that they were going to do that shite, but Robbie and Miguel willingly chose to stop the fight. And look, it was always going to happen. And I think it's going to be a girl. I think, with Robbie and Miguel both being guys, yes, you can have a little brother, but I think I can just see an older brother dynamic, Robbie and Miguel mentoring a little sister. And I think that would be so funny. Johnny having a daughter that he raises and her being like Devon. Imagine Devon, but Johnny's kid. Just imagine that. That would be sick. All right, I'm going to head out. I've got some business to take care of. Take care, Jacob. Looking forward to new videos. Everyone, raise a toast to Puerto Rican Prince. Thanks for popping in, brother. I'm going to celebrate with, I don't know what clip to play. What clip to play? There you go, that'll be. And. Thank you. One of my friends said that Miguel's dad and Robbie's mum will hook up. That is disgusting. Nope. I feel like the writers wanted to show that Miguel and Robbie are equal. That's why there was no winner. I mean, if you wanted to be completely objective here, Miguel technically won. Oh, he's a Robbie fanboy. That's why I just said that. Miguel technically won, but I think in essence, we've kind of reached a point where, yeah, we don't need it. And on that, Lupo Music, great point. If the show ends at season 7, right, and the baby is born and it's like a little girl or whoever, just imagine when the show is picked up 10 years from now, she'll be old enough to, well, not be old enough to fight, but imagine it's 10 years from now and she's like a 15-year-old or a 17, 16-year-old who do a massive time jump in the future, and you've got Robbie and Miguel as senseis and you've got the sister as, the new one, basically Rey Skywalker, but better. Miguel goes blind in season 6. Oh my god. College is going better than I thought. I've been making good friends. I've been hitting the gym and developing better eating habits. I'm glad I still have time to come on live streams like this. King for us. This has been the highlight, and I was saying this to someone the other day. The best thing for me about doing this is obviously it's great that I interact with people my own age, of course, but it's no secret that I've got a lot of younger viewers that watch. So when you guys tell me that I've inspired you to go back to college, to pursue your passions, it warms my heart. So King Paris, you keep at it, brother. You keep at it. Proud of you, man. Keep at it. I feel like I've got a sense. Even though I said earlier on I was the CM Punk of it all, I think I'm like the Dominic Toretto of it all. Family. And I need to scroll up because I missed an important super chat. I think I might have read it, but I'm going to read it again. TK4299. Now, TK4299, why aren't you at your post? TK429, why aren't you at your post? Thank you for the $10, basically. I really appreciate that. You did not have to do that. I really did. You really did. Thanks for the content. You have a new subscriber here. Get yourself another cup of waters or a pint. Well, I'm actually going to go and get another bottle of water right now. An ice cold one. Let me just change the color of the lightsaber. Right, there we go. Turn it off. I'm going to go and get some water. I'll be right back. Everyone keep talking amongst yourself in the comment section. But thank you, TK4299. Welcome to the space. And thank you for joining. I really do appreciate that. I love how Carmen had a Top Gun dream. Both her and Johnny have had, I can't say it, but wait. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Keep talking amongst yourselves. Now, for those who have stayed this long, you get a treat. So I got myself ice cold water. Need it for my throat. Misty, say hello to everyone in the chat. Oh god, the numbers have dropped down to 85 now. But say hello to everyone in the chat. Go on, wave everyone. Wave. Go on. No, wave. There you little. Go on, wave. And use the force, young Padawan. No? Can I sit there? Can I sit there, or are you going to run out? When the microphone. There you go. Little cameo for Misty. There we go. Right. Okay, where was I? Hello, Mock. Could you talk about Hawk? Yeah, sure. What do you want me to talk about specifically? I have a question. Do you think Robbie and Miguel were equally good at fighting? Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I think more or less. Like, by and large, they are. Like, I mean, I think, put it this way. 6 out of 10 times, just because Miguel is the new Karate Kid, if that makes sense, he will come out on top. But I think more or less Miguel, like Robbie and him will balance each other out. They'll find a way to balance each other out. That's just how I feel. I feel like they'll find a way to balance each other out. Yeah, let me scroll up in the chat. Let me see if I can find something. Okay. The maturity for even the pawn shop guy had maturity. Like, it's crazy. Hey, do you know what? For once, I'm glad that Miguel barely got touched in the finale, because this dude's been taken. He's got some serious punishment the last 2 finales. He deserves to not get touched at all. Top Gun Maverick. I'll take one Top Gun Maverick over half of the MCU. Top Gun Maverick is a masterpiece. Damn right. Misty, stop attacking the microphone. Stop sniffing the microphone. Protect the egg. It reminds me of in Goblet of Fire when it's like, collect the egg. This you must do, without which you cannot hope to proceed to the next task. Now, I will say, I'm going to go for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to probably call it quits. But I think going forward, I'm not going to do any videos just yet because I want to still be respectful and not spam everyone's feeds with Cobra Kai videos because that's what everyone's going to be doing. But within a couple of days, I'll start posting some Cobra Kai videos and talking about a few things. And just some specific scenes, character analyses like I used to, and then just talking about all of it in general, really, all of it, all of my standout moments, all that kind of stuff. Silver Slithering Kai, thank you. Robbie's voice was sounds like a female. I have to head out now. Thank you, King, for us. Cheers, pal. Can you repeat the answer to my question, please? Oh, I didn't answer it. I basically just said, what do you want me to talk about specifically? Like, is there anything specifically you want me to touch upon the talk? Is Robbie confronting Silver in the dojo? Dude, I freaking love that. That was like, I was stood there watching it, right? And I said, this makes perfect sense. Robbie ain't going to be scared. He's going to say, you know what? I'm going to pull up. I don't care about Silver. I'm pulling up. You guys can see it on camera, but that is ice cold. So that scene in X-Men 2 when he gives Bobby Drake the beer bottle and he just goes, thank you. The Stranger Things reference, sensory deprivation tank. Oh, speaking of Stranger Things references, I do like what they did to commemorate Eddie with the Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing, like how Stingray came forward and Stingray like crawling up the steps like some kind of thing up the grudge, and then he's going there and he's like beating Big Red up and smacking some dude in the face. I'm like, you know what? I love it. Can we keep Stingray? But I like how like Stingray just wanted some friends. He just wanted to be a part of something, and I think there's something quite tragic, you know, in all of that. It is quite sad. So there is something quite sad in all of that, you know. I know people dismiss Stingray as like this, you know, bumbling old goof, but there is a dark history there. And I think, to be honest, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, most nerds at that age, when we all get to that age, we're all going to be Stingray. Let's be real. Maybe with friends, but we're all going to be Stingray. Metallica, nice rock on, man. I don't know if that was a Stranger Things reference, because didn't the season finish filming in like December? That's a good point. I kind of hope it was, though, because I was like, that's a cool little twist. I actually was so fan of Pyro and X-Men 2, man. I expected a lot from X3, but life's hard sometimes. Hey, RJ would say the same thing. RJ hates how they wasted him in X-Men 3. In X-Men 2, he was mint. Will Miguel and Tori be friends? Yeah, they basically are. If Robbie and Miguel can be friends, then Miguel and Tori can be. Most of the fan base is probably like Stingray. It's true. It is true. It is very true. Cat, can you stop? He keeps attacking the microphone. It's like sniffing it. I'm glad they James Bond reference. Oh, dude, I love when Johnny, Daniel, Chosen, and Amanda are opposite Silver, and then Johnny's like, "I'm gonna rip that ponytail up and shove it up your ass," and then Amanda's just like laughing, and Chosen's like, "Oh my god." I do have to say, Daniel did revert back to his Karate Kid 3 self, but that's it. No one gives a shit about your PlayStation. I will compare Daniel's arc to Harry in Order of the Phoenix. It's literally the same kind of thing, where no one believed that Voldemort was back. No one believed that the threat was this high except Harry himself. And then it took till the end of the movie for everyone to realize, yeah, Harry's right. Yeah, you know. And Harry was edgy that whole movie, you know. Oh, Seamus has been through a bit, you know, but he'll come around. I said I'm fine, Ron. Like, you know, I love Daniel's edginess this season. We're back to 100 people. Chosen spin-off. I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind that. Chosen spin-off could work. I wouldn't mind that. And that has weight to it. That wouldn't be me us fanboying. It's because there's genuine weight to it. You think Miguel's dad will come back in season 6, 7 and team up with Kreese and maybe Kenny's brother? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Sean will want anything to do with anyone else besides Kenny and Robbie. I think Sean will go where Kenny and Robbie go. And I think Kenny and Robbie are going to be in a state of rebuilding. And as much as Sean is Kenny's blood brother, Robbie's his brother too. Like he filled that brother role. And to me, I think it didn't mean, just because he was without a brother, it didn't mean he couldn't find someone who wouldn't be able to fill that role, Sean and Kenny versus Robbie and Anthony. Nah, I don't think so. Not anymore. Kenny's come home now. In a way. He's still got to process stuff, but I don't think. Not anymore. Before this season, I'd say, yeah. Daniel beat Silver because he was flirting to it. Yeah. He was already worn out. Chosen had already taken the wind out of him. Oi! Sucker face later. I saw Karate Kid 3 in the cinema. Season 5 actually made Karate Kid 3 a better movie. Yeah. It's the eye of the tiger and the thrill of the fight. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I'll give you guys a sneak preview. You guys get a sneak preview. Now, if this works, I want to see if I can find it, okay? I want to see if I can find it. Hold tight, hang on. All right, here we go. I found it. You guys get a sneak preview. A sneak preview. When that song started playing, basically what we were all doing. We were all singing Eye of the Tiger. Look at it. It's so terrible. I love it. This is literally what we were all doing. All of us. Just going crazy. There you go. There's a little snippet for you. A little sneak preview. See how I give back to people? Right. As in, do Miguel and Robbie have an equal chance of winning when they fight? Yeah, I'd say so. I think I teared up in most of the episodes this season, especially that Stingray scene. I agree. Thought I was the only one feeling that song. Hell yeah. Eye of the Tiger, man. It's always mint. And I love when Johnny says to the committee guy, he says to him, if I can change and he can change, everyone can change. That's a Rocky IV reference that the committee guy loved. I love that. See, you just need to watch the right movies and you know what Cobra Kai is going to do. I love the suspense they always put at the end of it. Yes. Episode 9 always leaves on a sick cliffhanger. An amazing cliffhanger. Let's follow the kids through college and see them compete in over 18. Okay. Like, if it's earned, But put it this way, the emotions of this season, they're not going to be matched. They won't. The story could go to exceptional places, but the emotions, I don't think it'll be. Karate Kid 1 wanted to use it, but couldn't use it because of Rocky 3. And now they managed to rock it. It's like bloody Power Rangers in space. Control, let's rock it. But yeah, they couldn't use it, so they went with you're the best around, and I think they're saving that. They're saving that for the international tournament, I think. They'll save that for that. Mike was going to drive them all down a cliff. Poor Mike Barnes. He's there running a furniture business, and then Daniel comes into his life, and literally the store burns down. Like, what was your favorite fight this season? Oh, it's got to be Miguel and Robbie. I freaking love that. I love everything about it. Dude, after they have 1 point each in it, and then they both like that, and then the score kicks in. Pepper, could you talk Hawk in your opinion of where they went with this character in season 1? Yeah. So he wasn't my favorite arc this season. He fell into the category of what Hawk used to go through again. But naturally, that was just bound to happen. Hawk still had some good moments, but I felt like Hawk definitely drew the short straw. And I felt like they used him as a plot device to prop Kenny up in a lot of situations. And, I do have a theory. Because the actor of Sean plays a character on The Walking Dead, I wouldn't be surprised if the arc that Kenny has is what Sean was meant to have. And they rewrote it because the actor of Sean was on The Walking Dead. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like Sean would have been a much more natural slot for this role. A much more natural slot. And him going up against Hawk, which was set up in the Cobra Kai game, by the way, I think it would have just made more sense. So it wouldn't surprise me if everything that was built for Kenny was actually for Sean. But we'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know unless it was the original plan. We'll never know. Because the thing is, they still give him an extra month because he's spit in a guard's face. It's like they're extending Sean's stay in juvie, for a good reason. So now when Sean gets out of juvie, the dojo feud is finished. Karate roots, exactly, and that's what this season's about: going back to your roots, finding what made you you. Miguel won the first All Valley, Hawk won the second. You think Robbie's winning the second? Mohammed, you are saying exactly what I'm thinking. Robbie is 100%. Win. Robbie is 100% winning that. 100%. It's going to be Robbie or Miguel. One of those two. Silver State, Kenny have. I mean, if there's separate genders, then I think Sam will win on that one. I think me and the Kings have basically been discussing this for a while. That I think that Robbie and Sam are being saved to win together not because they're endgame, but because they're bloodline characters. And I feel like they haven't won yet because they're, one's Daniel's daughter, one's Johnny's son. They haven't won yet because they're saving it. Because when they do, it's going to be such a fucking great moment. I think they're saving it. Yep. Yeah, Hawk is the biggest. Yeah, I agree with that. Robbie should win because Miguel and Hawk both have won the tournament. Yeah, it should be Robbie. One of the sickest scenes was still walking to the sauna. That was haunting. That was like something that Pennywise would do, right? And don't get me started on Pennywise, this dumbass clown. Hey, Georgie, you want a balloon? Stupid Afro crystal ball bowling pin looking spaghetti leg twat. But I do feel like that scene was just so haunting everything, from the smoke, where Daniel's positioned, Ralph's face expressions, Thomas's acting. Yeah, this is the thing though. You can't have Miguel lose, but I do really want Robbie to win one. I mean, Robbie's 2-0. Like maybe Robbie and Miguel come up against each other, and maybe Robbie wins. And maybe it's just amicable. It's not bad blood. Maybe it's like a Rocky and Apollo thing. And then what happens is at the end of the show, right? You have one champion, and then they throw down and say, you know what? Who's really the best? And it's a Rocky 3 moment, and Robbie and Miguel are about to throw the kick and the punch. Cut to black. Bang. Yeah, they need to give him a win, man. A fight scene between. No, I think that's done now. I think Silver knows Chosen would murder him. It's Chosen was drunk. Let's just let that sink in. He was drunk and he chopped him off. Robbie would have beat Miguel in the first. Yep. Hawk was a real chess piece in that. Naruto and Sasuke. Goku and Vegeta. Tommy Oliver and Jason. Captain Jack Sparrow and Barbosa. See more fights with Daniel involved. Oh, hell yeah. We want to see more fights with Daniel. Absolutely. All right, guys. I think I'm about to wrap it up for the evening. They would have to build up this insanely powerful character that beats Miguel. I mean, because it's international, you could literally, Sean is cool, but he's not going to be international level. I'm talking Mike Barnes level. You need someone, and that's how they can use Mike Barnes going into next season. You need his experience in the what do I say? How do I say it? The international stage, I took a screenshot. Well, I just joined. This isn't fair. Well, I've been streaming for 2 hours. 2 hours now. Hang on. Right. You know what? All right. I'll stay on for another 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes, people. I'm going to go to 2:10. Yeah. You're on screen. Do you think the writers have in mind who they want to win? Oh, definitely. Hey, I've done streams for 5 hours before. This is just because I had a long day, and I want to go and watch the show. Johnny will be so proud of him, dude. I love the freaking moment when Johnny's having this heartfelt moment with Miguel, And then Robbie's like, so this is what fatherly advice sounds like? And Joey's like, come on, Robbie. And then he's just like, Dad, I'm just messing with you. Like, I love that. That's the kind of stuff that they can do now. It's great. Okay, go watch the show. It's like the thing is, I love doing streaming, but when you're sat in one position for like, I literally go through so much Highland water. It's incredible. Do you think Sam and Tori will have another team up? Oh, of course, Cobra Kai World. Of course, they are definitely going to have another team up fight. That was just a prelude. It's just a prelude to the main event, baby. I mean, think about it. Chosen will have a dojo, I think. Does he have a dojo? I think he does, doesn't he? Sensei Kim will have a dojo. You know, everyone will have a dojo. Kreese might have his own dojo. You might have everyone having a dojo. Oh, Valley, what's up, bro? Everyone go and check out this dude's YouTube channel. Leave a link to it in this comment section here if you want to, bro. Great content, top dude, incredibly nuanced, and just a lovely guy. Just a lovely guy. I was so anxious during it. Me too. Like every time watching it, it was just, anytime that I was frustrated with something, this is how I dealt with it.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man!
That's how I dealt with it. Did they say global tournament is scheduled or how many months away it is? I assume it'll be months away because I want to prepare for it. I think season 7 will be where they go to the global tournament. Probably not 6, unless they cram it all away. Wow, you see, that's what I'm saying, man. Robbie and Miguel are on the same page. They're like bro hugging, and even like Robbie and Hawk. Like Robbie's like fist bumping him on the arm and stuff. And then like, even though Hawk loses to Kenny, and I still have my feelings on it, like Robbie and Hawk are hugging. You know, Miguel and Sam are hugging. Chosen's hugging the kid. Like it's hard to break. What about Chosen? Dude, I was so scared for Chosen, especially when he reveals, "I've never told Kumiko how I feel." That is a Chekhov's gun, and a Chekhov's gun basically means if you introduce a gun, you get ready to fire it. Like that, it's like, yeah, you know, Kumiko, yeah, I secretly have feelings for you. I love you, and he never makes it home. That's what I was worried. Thank my subscription, by the way. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Welcome to the space. You got milked, bro. Miguel's screaming the fight against Robbie. Yeah, that's probably what made Robbie shit himself. It was just like, damn, he's pissed off. Yes, Robbie, there's a real reason why he's pissed. I love it. It's the trio, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Dimitri is the frickin' man. Let's not get it twisted here. But Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk. That's the trio. That's the trio right there. You've got Robbie, who's learned from Kreese, Silver, Johnny. Kreese, Silver, Daniel, and now Johnny and Chosen. Like Robbie's learned from everyone. You've got Hawk that's learned from Kreese quite a lot, and Johnny and Daniel. You've got Miguel that's learned from Johnny, bit of Kreese, and Daniel. You know, and Robbie's learned from like 5. Like it's, and now they've learned from Chosen. Like it's so great. I love how Chosen calls the referee a moron. Love it. Funny. This season delivered on all fronts. Going to be so hard. I don't think it's going to be topped. I don't think it's going to be topped. Like, don't get me wrong. Season 6 onwards, there's going to be great stuff, but I just don't think it's going to be better than this season. Like, I don't. This is the definitive season. That's what I feel. Rightly so. Miguel looked pissed, and rightly so. Miguel and Robbie's fight was so good because they really needed that to end things. Now they're just bros. Exactly, they're just bros, man. I love it. It's so heartwarming to see Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk interact after everything. You know? Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk, who stands a chance? No one at all. No one. Does anyone else want to see Daniel and Johnny fight their feelings out? They don't need to anymore. I think they buried it. Miguel learned from Chosen before. Yeah, that's basically what I said. It's just I lost. Yeah. Hawk season 4 wouldn't have even let Kenny touch. Hawk season 3 wouldn't have let Kenny touch him. But I think the point is, what makes me feel better about it is Hawk was holding back because he knows what Kenny's going through. If Hawk feeds into the anger that both him and Robbie have with their Cobra Kai, teachings, it just only encourages Kenny. It only encourages him. That's kind of, the double-edged sword. Even though it was kind of annoying to talk like that. Johnny being the one having me on Robbie. Yeah, I love it. He was like, look, just get it out of your system. I don't know a few minutes, young Sato and Chosen. I was hoping they'd do another flashback. I'm not too sure. That's a good point. I might need to do a video on that. Robbie and the Miyagi Doki just. I told you it's heartwarming, man. Warm feelings to my heart. If Kreese joins the world tournament, I want his dojo to be called John Kreese Karate. John Kreese's Karate! Hi, Mrs. Diaz. I hope it's okay. I'm having dinner here. I love it. I love it. How can anyone say they're still Team Miguel or Team Robbie? That's not the point. It's Team Mobby. And no, I don't mean ship them like that. But, you know, Mike versus Kreese or Silver. I think Mike versus Silver. There's less of an investment with Mike versus Kreese. I love how Mike says to him, "Get up!" But they put Mike out the situation because he would have slapped everyone. In that scene, not necessarily Joe, but Johnny senseis. He literally grabbed the first sensei and tossed him down the front stairs. And then when he saved Johnny in the clutch moment at the end, he literally bulldozes a dude right in his fucking face, and then he slams the other Pepper. They probably, yeah, they still got some resentment, but you know, I do animation. Oh, that's cool. Am I banned? No, you're not banned. I can see. Season 5 was trash. Well, I mean, look, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't agree. It's my favorite season, but you're entitled to your opinion. If it's not your favorite season, then I'm sorry for that. You know, hopefully season 6 will be more for you. Season 4 wasn't for me. You know, it's I could rewatch season 4, but it's not my favorite. Season 5 is my favorite. It's just more of what I look for in my stories. You know, say Robbie the Avatar. I'm calling out in the morning. Miggy, Robbie. Miguel and Robbie need to go on a road trip. Have surpassed Daniel's villains back in the day. Not yet. Not yet. I think the thing is, whenever this kind of question's asked, you have to look at it from this angle. The legacy fighters will always be number one because that's you need to establish a pecking order. Like Miyagi and Sato, untouchable. Terry Silver and Daniel and Johnny and Kreese and Barnes and Chosen, different caliber. Then you got Miguel Robbie. Then you got Eli, probably Kenny's potential. Then you got Sam and Tori. You know, it's you could make a case for Sam and Tori, but it's very much dependent on where they go from here. The scene where Nani was in Miyagi's room having Amanda Roberts have to big change their lives, students about to put tears to my eyes. Dude, that scene broke me. When I say that scene broke me, you know what? I'll show you guys. I don't mind. I don't mind showing you guys. Right, I'll show you guys. This scene broke me. It got me. It got me. Like I don't cry on camera because I don't like people seeing that crap. But I'm telling you, when I say this scene got me, it got me. Right, you will see it. Right, let me move that down. Right. Yep, it got me. It broke me like instantly. Instantly, it got me because I knew exactly what was going to happen. And I'll leave it there. But it instantly got me within seconds. Within seconds, I was just like, I know exactly what is about to happen now. Heartbreaking. Heartwarming. Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Oh hell yeah! I mean, hey, Sub-Zero is the freaking man. To be fair, Sub-Zero. That was always more my dude. Kreese dying, dude. When they killed Kreese at the start, I was like, that better be a troll. Nice to see what Xander's doing. What happened at Piper? Who cares? Who really cares? Who cares? We've got Sam, Devin, and Tori. We're fine. I mean, put it this way. I'd be saying the same for the lads. Before I end, we need to start trimming off some of the kid fighters. There's too many. Like, we need the main six, which is Miguel, Robbie, Dimitri, Eli, Sam, Tori. Kevin, keep doing it. Kenny and Devin are the protege fighters. Anthony is a legacy fighter. You can maybe keep Joe for Kyler just for Joe's sake. And other than that, everyone else you can literally just scrape off, you know. Wait, what happened? Oh, right. Oh, damn. I was getting worried then. R.I.P. Aisha. R.I.P. Aisha. Yeah. Well, Aisha, buddy. Wow, she was out of here. Sub-Zero and Scorpion got along. It was one of the best. Rivalries don't need to last forever. It's even more badass when they team up. Man, Mitch is a pompous douche. Like, sorry, yeah, him doing like this reveal like that. Shut up. Get out of here. You don't. You can trim Mitch right out of this show. I don't want to see him anymore. Get him out. Useless. Kyler's more useful than him. How do you rank the season now? Season 5, right? This is going to be my final question. Mitch and Aisha would have been a good couple. Okay. Right. Season 5, 3, 1, 2, 4. That's my favorite season ranked. Season 4 isn't. Put it this way, in my opinion, the worst season is season 4. That's still good because season 4 still slaps. But mostly episode 1 and episode 9 and 10. That's the best episode of season 4. Oh, I was angry. I was ready to throw hands. I was like, if you just killed him like that, I was like, oh, you're just trolling. But I want to thank everyone. You know, Mitch is only there for food. He's just there for food, you know, just there for food. Just there for food.
The fuck was that for?
Still a bully, he doesn't learn his lesson. I agree. But everyone, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And like I said earlier on, I'm going to try and be as real as I always am. I'm going to strive to keep doing that. And you're going to get a plethora of clickbait across the YouTube scene for the next year and a half between now and season 6. But as things go across the days, I will be doing some videos, so make sure you keep an eye out for those. Mac Lee, thank you for popping into another stream, brother. It's good to see some returning faces as well. Bobby Joe, Maurice, Link Kai, Starry Chichi. Hopefully I said that right. I probably butchered that. Lisa, Mohammed, J Money, FaZe, Clyde, Lucifer, Mystic, Tristan, Carrot, Nighthawk. That's a sick name to be fair. Lupo. Yes, this is the Morning Star. And I think that's everybody. I think everyone else is like, Jaya, Brendan, Eric. Yeah, okay. Fantastic. All right. Everyone, Starry Chi. The T is silent. Oh, shh. Sorry. Shame on me. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know.
Shut up!
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I can watch every day and never get tired. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother Maurice. I appreciate you. But thank you, everyone that popped in. Thank you to those who donated earlier on. If you aren't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do subscribe. If you haven't liked, make sure you do. As of recording this, well, as of doing this live, I'm at 7,432 subscribers. Let's get to 7,500 by the end of the year. We can do this. And the good thing about subscribing to here is your reactions. Wait, you mean my reactions or reactions? That's how I react to things. AK Soup, damn right. Like the videos. I like to get rid of the team, but I like the team. This team. But yeah, this is a multi-fandom channel. It's not, you know, specifically tied to one thing. So if you want to talk Star Wars, this is the place for you. If you want to talk Cobra Kai for 50 million years, this is the place for you. If you want to talk Fast and Furious, family, this place is for you. This place is for everyone. To the season, do you have reaction videos? Specific things. The only thing I will say, my recording didn't record the finale. Like last year, it didn't record the finale, and I'm so pissed off because we were losing it. But I've got the rest of the season, so any key moments, I will be uploading those. But DL Games, your back is on about to end. You know Kenny isn't better than Hawk, right? Yeah, I know that. You know that? Obviously, I know Kenny isn't better than Hawk. See, this is the thing. Whenever anyone said, people take 2 seconds of what you say out of context and then just imply something else onto it that you never said. I never said Kenny was better than Hawk. I said that Kenny has potential to be on that level if he keeps up this rate. Kenny is fast. is a fast learner. Look at how much he's progressed. Sick. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not going to be better than Hawk, but he could be in and around that level, between Dimitri level and Hawk level. That's still pretty good. And with Robbie, Miguel, and Hawk looking after him, just saying. Now, clearly Hawk is so much better. Hawk fanboys think Hawk is like the God's gift to Earth. I love Hawk, but for God's sake, he's not untouchable. But then again, Hawk did get the nerf, bro, didn't he? It was the finale where Kyler started getting the better of him, just so Dimitri could beat Kyler. I think that was just so Dimitri could get a kick in. I don't mind that. I'm more annoyed about the Kenny bit. That I don't mind. Daniel is the goat. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I really do appreciate you. I will see you all in another stream soon. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, peace out. Much appreciated. Much love. Strike first, strike hard, show no mercy, and
Show him his head. Come on. Open your eyes.
Still alive. Still alive. Oh, peace out. Any second now.